Got it. Yes, you were.
All right, so we'll go ahead and get started here. So the last thing we're going to talk about, everyone, is how we can finish up with our year, just putting everything into perspective. So these are all the topics that we have. I think this is from like day 1 that I showed you guys. We're basically done with everything except like 3 or 4 chapters. So the way that we finished inference, basically, we have 1 section of inference left. We have finished patterns, all except the linear regression that we started today, and we'll finish in the next week or so. So I'd say we're about 85 to 90% done. So we're almost done with everything at this point. But the way that we're gonna move forward here is that the way that our test works is, like we said, it's a 1 through 5 scale. There's 40 multiple choice. There's 6 FRQs. And the way that this works for us is for you guys Friday, we'll take a practice multiple choice. So don't miss Friday. There's almost no way to make that up. We're going to use all the time that we have. So make sure you're here Friday. It'll be your baseline to see where you can go from here, because we all start somewhere and we can see how we can progress.
So a 3 is equivalent to like a 70%? Like what?
On the AC test, a 3 is like a 45 to 50%.
That's it?
That's it.
You get half right.
Exactly. You get half right, you pass. But again, we're going to focus on multiple choice. We'll move into FRQs once we finish all of our chapters. And for most of the FRQs that I give you on test, they're kind of in between a normal FRQ and an investigative task. Investigative task just means that there's like multiple parts, like 4 or 5 parts. Most of your FRQs that I give you are 2 to 3, but some of the FRQs are even just 1 part. Very straightforward. So what you'll see here is we'll practice, again, a variety of FRQs, a variety of topics. So the last thing to mention is, as we focus on, we'll shift here for FRQs for today, on how they're graded. They're graded, again, usually like on a holistic scale. So in other words, not like multiple choice, whether it's correct or not correct. For FRQs, it's going to be on a 4-point scale where E is typically a 3 or 4, depending on how well you did. Partially correct is 2 or 3. Incorrect is 1 or usually around the 1. And then if you didn't write anything, that's a 0. So if you didn't even attempt the problem, that's a 0. So that's what I typically do on your test. So the way this is going to work for us is I'll give you a scoring guide, one that they release for all AP questions. So you can see, based on this scoring guide, what's essential to solving this problem. What do we need to actually get there? And it was one of the questions we have in your test. You'll take a moment to discuss, you and your partner, so that's where you'll have a half sheet. So you and your partner have a half sheet to write down what you believe is essential. We'll discuss as a group, and at the end, we'll summarize what we found as a group, what we found together, to see what we think is actually most important. So again, I'll give you the scoring guide. You guys can review it together, you and your partner. Everybody has their own. And we'll try to see what's essential to solving this question, because it's a very common question that we'll see on the test. So let me get that passed out to you. Once you pass them out, we'll take about 5 minutes to begin, and then we'll discuss.
Why can't I use that door? I gotta get up and open it.
You could. I didn't even knock loud though. I knocked like as soft as I could.
Eric, how long?
Yeah, that's.
If they didn't open the door, how long would it take behind that door?
We have a test today.
What will it take?
Oh, that's mine? Oh, we're
Alright, so very quickly. So with your partner, again, pair up with your partner. Try to find out based off of this. It tells you where the solutions are for each part of the problem. Try to figure out what you believe is most essential to the problem. Again, I can grade your test a certain way, but these are some other ways that they are graded, and this is a standard that you're being held to. So work with your partner, and on your note, on your half sheet of paper, you can list what you believe is most essential to the problem. So work with your partner. I'll come around if you have
Wait, so cholesterol reduction.
I think one of the questions is just get right down on the paper. Related to the question. Writing a portion of the question.
Tuesdays and Fridays are
As long as you get some work on there, you'll get some points, regardless if it's
you probably finished like 12 At least you get out grade.
It was the one that was observational studies.
If you're gonna do that, or if you're gonna do that for multiple choice, yeah. But if it's like for the SAT, eliminate this number because I don't like it. I'm gonna do this one.
There's some juniors like art
Yeah, and then I think you get points. When we do air conditioning, they still get points because then they say, oh, you use a different number, but it's still the same process. So you get if you knew what you were doing, you just made that. It's like participation.
we need to see data.
We kind of discussed it. We're good there. Okay, so what I need to work on is understanding the I guess I think the easier thing about this is that I never get the multiplications are very good. I think I do really well at that one too. Those are always.
Oh, we're writing it down.
I've been
What do you and your partner work
I think that's part of how to like interpret hypotheses, fully understand like how to write out exactly how to out there so that graders know.
yeah.
But I think it sounds like we just need it.
I think these one saves my grade, which is weird. Really? You do get on the multiple choice? I am really bad on this. Alright, so I think what's pretty based on the guideline is just getting something on the paper. Like I mean, showing some amount of work, regardless of how much you can provide. Yeah. And like even if you use like a wrong number, you still develop your you get some minimal points for that. So like, I'd say like getting some amount of work on the paper to show that you know somewhat of it is better than writing nothing and skipping it.
Like how we said, we do this based on how people do on average. It's not for everything. On around half is but that's what I love. Alright, so we'll go ahead and continue here.
We're
So
done.
again, you and your partner may have found something that was really, really important, something that you believe was essential to the problem. And what we'll do here is, as a group, talk about what we think is.
I got
So,
one.
anybody like to get us started?
Conditions.
State your hypothesis
State hypotheses.
So,
Okay.
say conditions.
and your conditions.
State hypotheses.
Oh, say conditions.
Alright. Any other things?
Well, you already said conditions. What about like how to conclude your data?
Okay, nice. Conclude.
Kenny.
Anybody else would like to contribute here? Here comes you, Ms.
For your conclusion, may need to state it in a context.
Oh, very good point. In context. Alright.
Like write down everything, like don't skip steps or anything, so that the people who are grading it, you know.
Don't skip steps. Alright.
State the correct p-value.
Okay, state correct p-value. Alec, you brought up a good point when we were talking. What did you come up with?
What did I say? Sorry, I completely forgot. I think it's to get some amount of work on the paper regardless of how much you know.
Okay, get some work done.
Get minimal points.
A 1 is better than a 0.
A 1 is better than that.
Is that better than
So that's a good point. You get something down because
a grammar is better than
here we say hypotheses, we say conditions, we found a p-value, we conclude. So those are essentially our 4 steps. So we've got hypotheses, conditions, conclude, or this will be 3 and then this could be 4. But in the end, these are our 4 steps. So say for example, you get this type of question and it tells you at the bottom, or it tells you on the scoring guide, how they found it, and let's see. Here. No, I can't find it right now. But it shows you the calculation that they did. So if they do that calculation, and say your calculator unfortunately doesn't work, then you can't get a p-value. Is it, if you're running out of time, can you make up a p-value?
Yes.
Yes. That's the interesting thing about the way tests is graded. If you can't do one of the steps, because maybe you don't have the resource, maybe again your calculator doesn't work, or something else happens, you're running low on time. If you make up something here, but you did steps 1 and 2 right, if you conclude, when we conclude, what are our 2 options?
Fail to reject.
Fail to reject or reject. So if you made up some p-value and your p-value was, as long as you can show that you know how to reject or fail to reject, and relate it back to context, you're okay. You're okay. So again, you can lose points on step 3, but if you get all the other steps right, then you're fine.
Should you believe that?
I have a lot of faith in you.
Why
wouldn't
That gives me a warm feeling.
No, I think what it is.
No, that gives
I can
me
do that was pretty damn well.
Because we do terrible.
Pretty good. Getting an F on all my papers.
Alright, so on that note, what we said was, if we want to go down that path, what we said was that I'll pass back your test in a moment so you can see what you got. But like you said earlier, on the FRQs and on multiple choice,
I don't know about that.
anywhere between 45 and 55 is about a 3. That is a 3. You don't have to be anything close to perfect. And we could even get into, I found for one of the AP tests, I think it was like 2016, 2018 or something, and we can even go through to see how many people actually got a perfect score. So just give me a chance and I'll find that for you. And it's not comfortable. But again, as long as you can do the same steps, then you're okay. Is there anything else that we'd like to add here? Anything else that was essential to the topic?
Have good faith. That's the most
Eat a good
important.
breakfast, get enough sleep.
Pray.
Don't think.
If you don't go in there with confidence, you're gonna
Study.
come out.
Don't cry.
Alright, so now we're getting a little off task from what I wanted to get to.
Make friends with the exam.
Alright, so
Bribe them with money.
yeah, so here just to finish up,
Oh.
one of the conditions that they had was they came up with this weird little graph. What kind of graph is this?
That's a, what's it called? Line plot.
It's a dot plot.
Hey, Coach Ken.
It's a dot
Get the
plot.
plot.
For us, what do we use to check if it's normal?
We use nearly normal.
Nearly normal to draw a histogram. You can draw the histogram from your calculator, or you can plot it on paper. These people chose to do a dot plot. You can choose whatever method you like. So a dot plot is easy to fit on this graph. So you can pick whatever plot that you like, but that's another thing with their conditions. You may need to draw. Draw it out to show that you know what you're doing. But again, it's a holistic approach. They don't grade you on just one thing individually. They take the whole problem, and even though it's 0 through 4 on the scale, you can technically get like a 2.5 or a 3.5. And if that's the case, they determine as a whole, should they bump you to the 3, should they bump to the 4, or should they leave you at the 3? So again, if you miss one step, try to do the other steps to make up for that. So right now with your partner, the last thing we'll do is, based off of what we talked about, what do you think you need the most support in to move forward in this process? And in the end, this is all inference. Every single inference problem does the same process. We start with hypotheses, state our conditions, correct p-value and context, and one little thing is, before we find the p-value, we need to state the test. In this case, what test did we have? How many means? The two tests.